Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Lifing Out Loud. I'm Cheryl and I'm telling a few adventures of my life, and we're on episode 4. So here we go. As I was saying, we're going to call him, for the sake of just keeping the name straight, we're going to call him Luke. Luke ended up snitching on me, and when I tell you, I was fit to be tied. So I found a new place to live, and actually I have a daughter also, but I need to tell you about the story about my daughter and how that came about. That's another whole episode. But I found a new place to live, a bigger place. From one townhouse to a bigger townhouse on other side of town. Still the same school district, a nice school district for my daughter and my son to attend. And so Luke decided, for whatever reason, he was mad because I wasn't working, moving things, packing things up in the same room that he was packing things up in. Why? It all needs to be packed up. So why do you have a problem with that? So he was upset about it and had this little tantrum, and he bumped me with his stomach. Now, mind you, I said he was like 350 pounds. So he bumped me with his stomach, trying to push his weight around. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Anyway, so he got a little physical with me. I ended up stopping what I was doing, and I actually left my kids were at my sister's house. I left and went and stayed in a hotel for the night. Left my place that I'm moving from and went and stayed all night in a hotel so I didn't have to deal with him. He had some type of other little job that he had. I can't even remember exactly what type of job that he ended up getting. Some type of construction or something. But so I got back the next day and I started moving things again, and I politely let him know after we got over to the other place, the location, because I had these movers move my furniture. I politely let him know that he is no longer welcome. You can't stay. That I'm not going to have him physically abusing me whatsoever. I don't know what's into him, but I can't have that. But let me back up. When I was in nursing school, I let my car insurance lapse. And I was in a parking lot backing out, and a lady came and hit me. So, of course, because I'm backing out, it's my fault, okay? My insurance had lapsed a month prior, and I didn't realize it. So now I'm stuck with this particular bill. And because I'm stuck with this bill, and I owe this bill, my license ended up being suspended for a certain period of time. So because my license was suspended, I couldn't register my SUV. And I also had a second little car, and I couldn't register that one. So I had, prior to us getting into it, me and Luke, I had asked him to register the little Corolla and register my SUV, put it in his name, get that, So he said fine, until I got things straightened out. So once we got into it, and I informed him that he couldn't stay there any longer, and I asked for the title to the car. Now this is maybe like 4 months later, 4 or 5 months. It's me. 4 or 5 months later, after I had him get tags for the car, or the stickers, should I say, he wouldn't give me the title back. he would not return the car title. So I ended up taking his little this little recorder that he had, and I hid it. And I asked him to give me my title, and I'll give him the recorder. Well, he didn't do that. And then also my SUV also had been tagged, had the tags. Yeah, he had got the tags for the SUV as well. So he wouldn't give it back to me. So he ended up calling the police on me because I wouldn't give him this recorder, and I'm asking him to leave. Police comes, you know. So they're telling me to give him this thing back and and he can file some type of report. So I ended up giving it to him. I got nursing license to protect, so I don't have time. I give those back to him, and they make him leave. And in the act of him leaving, at the time that he's leaving, he said something to them about my tags on my car. No, back up. He wouldn't give me the title back to my car, and they said that that's a civil matter. I think they said that's a civil matter, and there's nothing that I can do about it. I have to take him to court. Okay, so in the meantime, I had changed the tags on my SUV. I had some old plates from another old car, so I took the tags off of that one and ended up having to put it on my SUV. But let me back up further. I went to work, and when I went to work, I looked outside, and there he was, Luke, with the police removing the tags off of my car. They were removing the tags off of my car because it was in his name or something or another. I thought, okay. So that's when I had to get another tag. I ended up had some other tags from another car, and I put that on my car. And then I made up my own, the little tag that goes in the corner of your license tag. I'm real crafty. I'm extremely crafty. So I made a tag to go in the corner of my car until I could get my situation straightened out. Well, he told them, he called them back and told them about that. Why did the police come on private property over to where I lived on private property, and the police officer put his business card on my car, and it said, "Get your tags fixed." On private property, my car parked in front of my townhouse. After the situation these are days later, I called the police station and talked to his supervisor and told him if he catches me out on the street, it's fair game. But he's coming over on the private property to harass me in front of my house from that man that was here. Why is he coming on private property harassing me? And the supervisor, he said, "You're right. You're absolutely right. If he catches you on the street, that's one thing, but he shouldn't be over there, and I'll have a conversation with him." I thought, yeah. Anyway, so I ended up getting that situation straightened out. But he ended up taking the car. I didn't feel like fighting it. I didn't feel like going, you know what? And then I had been going to church. I had been going to church heavy. Actually, he and I were going to church a lot. And I had joined, and I don't think he knew I joined, and then he showed up in the new members classes that you had to take, and I was just like, 2 horns popped up. I couldn't believe it. So I ignored him through the little class. And then it's like 9 weeks. We had to go to this little class. It was a huge class, so I didn't have to really be in eye shot of him, but I knew he was in there. So in my heart and soul, and what I was being taught and what I was, living, I knew that I had to forgive him. I wasn't going to forget, and it wasn't going to be okay for me to deal with him. But anyway, I had to have a conversation with him, and I let him know that I forgave him, but I'm not forgetting, and I don't want to have anything to do with him. So I'll get back with you and let you know what comes next.